What is the ego?
The ego is the I thought. It rises from the self and imagines itself to be the body. It is only a shadow of the self. The ego is not a thing apart. It has no independent existence. It appears and disappears, but the self is always present.
Where does the ego come from?
The ego rises from the heart, which is the self. It is the first thought. From it, all other thoughts arise. In deep sleep, there is no ego. But when waking begins, the I thought rises. This is how it starts. Even in childhood, it appears. The child begins to say, I, and the identification with the body begins. When attention goes outward, the ego appears. When attention is turned inward, it subsides.
Is the ego real?
The ego is a phantom. It has no reality of its own. It is like the shadow of a man. It seems to exist, but has no substance. When you seek its source, it vanishes. The ego is false, and the self alone is real.
What is the difference between the ego and the self?
The ego is limited and changeful. The self is unlimited and changeless. The ego says, I am this body. The self is pure being, without thought, without form. The ego is born and dies. The self never changes.
Why does the ego feel so strong?
Because it draws power from the self. It cannot exist without the self, just as a picture cannot exist without a screen. But it claims the power as its own. This illusion gives it strength. It is like a thief who pretends to be the policeman.
How does the ego maintain itself?
By identifying with the body and mind. By constant thinking. Turning outward. The ego thrives on attention. When you attend to it, it grows. When you ignore it and look within, it fades.
What is ego death?
It is the end of the I am the body idea. It is not the death of the body, but the death of misidentification. When the ego dies, the self alone remains. There is no loss, only peace.
How can I destroy the ego?
The ego is only a thought. It has no form of its own. It rises as I am the body. If you search for this I, you will not find it. Ask yourself, to whom does this thought arise? The answer will be, to me. Then inquire, who am I? This is the direct way. The ego rises from the self. By turning attention inward, it returns to the source. When the source is reached, the ego disappears. Like a fire that returns to its fuel and is extinguished. Do not fight the ego. Do not try to kill it by force. Simply trace it to its origin. The ego will vanish and the self alone will remain, shining, silent and full. There is no other way. This is the path of self-inquiry.
What remains when the ego is gone?
What remains is the self. It is pure awareness without thought. It is peace, silence, and fullness. You realize that you have always been that. Only the false idea has gone.
Is the ego the final obstacle?
Yes. The ego is the root of all other thoughts. When it goes, all else goes with it. Destroying the ego is realization. There is nothing beyond that.